Tragic day during yesterday's 20th of July festivity for two families in the islands, following the murder of a young man and the death of a minor in a traffic accident.
Around 3 o'clock in the morning, a new case of homicide occurred on the island, where a young man approximately 21 years old died from gunshot wounds in the Claremont sector. So far, authorities do not know the causes of this unfortunate event, so they began investigations to determine who would be responsible for the murder.
It is registered around 3:30 a.m. that in the sector of Claremont on the hill, a person was found with gunshot wounds. At this moment, we are advancing all the investigation activities in order to clarify this new crime.
Among the statements made by the commander of National Police, she spoke of the unfortunate case where a minor lost her life after a traffic accident the night before.
We have to register a traffic accident around 11:30 p.m. in Masami Hill sector, where two minors who were riding a motorcycle were involved in a traffic accident, and unfortunately the minor, despite being transported and treated immediately by the doctors, she died in the hospital.
The other minor involved in the accident is out of danger and was discharged after being treated at the departmental hospital.
An alleged case of police abuse is denounced by a family from the Cocal sector. This was reported by a member of the affected family.
En las horas de la noche me encontraba aquí departiendo con unos familiares.
In the evening, I was talking with some family members in the house. Then the goers of the National Police arrived, and without measuring words, they came pushing and beating people who were around us. Supposedly, they said that they had been ordered to do a search, but they only asked me and my cousin, who was next to me, to make the search on us. One of them told me to go in, and I told him I was not going in because I was at my home and I was going out with my daughter and my wife because I was going to a dinner party. When I turned around, I saw that they were hitting my cousin, my mother, my cousin's wife, and an aunt who was at the entrance of the door, to which I reached by trying to cover them because I am not going to allow any of them to attack any of my family members.
This is the story of Harold Puello, affected the night before in the Cocal sector, who denounces an alleged case of police abuse. Apparently, officers arrived at the house without mediating words, attacking a large number of the inhabitants of the affected residence. 7 people, including children and a pregnant woman, were injured.
Comenzaron fue a golpear.
They started to hit me, to hit my mother and my cousin. They cut my mother with a battle. The blows I received were all to the head. They put the battle at the entrance so that no one could enter or leave the house. Then, what did they do? They launched a tear gas detonation inside the house, causing injuries to some nephews who were in the room watching cartoons. The second detonation was another tear gas, and the third detonation was by firearm. There is the evidence. I was inside the house when I heard my cousin shouting, my son," and the woman came out with the 2 children and fainted, and none of the police officers came to tell them to stop because they were minors.
An ambulance arrived at the scene and transported the members of the family affected by the tear gas to the departmental hospital. The fire department was also present because there was an outbreak of fire inside the house. Those affected expressed that they did not understand the action of the officers since the family was only at the residence having fun and there was no music, and the other event should not have a repercussion against the family.
En ningún momento llegaron a apagar.
At no time did they turn off a sound equipment or anything at the house. We did not have anything on. There was an event at the neighbors and it had already finished. At the end of the event, about 10 minutes later, the officers came directly to the house and starting to push.
This fact was denounced by the competent control authorities by the affected family.
Nosotros exigimos.
We demand that they answer for the damage they did to the property and the damage they did to each of the people who were injured. We filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office, the Prosecutor General's office, and the Ombudsman's office.
For his part, the National Police issued a statement regarding this event where they report that they have activated a mobile disciplinary unit, opening an investigation to clarify the facts denounced by the family.
El primer hecho se presentó
The first event took place in the Cocal sector, more precisely in the Pocho establishment, where more than 200 people were gathered, many of them with aggressive behavior, where they tried to beat up the police, and it was a case where 4 people were injured with broken bottles.
The Corporation for the Sustainable Development of the Archipelago Coralina announced that on July 25th, 26th, and 27th, the Johnny Key Regional Park will be closed to comply with the ruling that urges the corporation to close the park every 3 months for maintenance work. Likewise, visitors are asked to reschedule their tourist activities since the park will not provide service during the indicated period. And with 3 days to go for the beginning of the Emancipation Week, Julia Martinez invites the entire department to come out and enjoy the Emancipation Week.
The island are getting ready for the Emancipation Week, which begins on Sunday, July 24, with a great opening activity. This was stated by Julia Martinez, the organizer of the event. A cordial invitation is extended to all inhabitants of the island not to miss the Emancipation Week this 2022, which will be held in style as every year.
It's very important to talk about emancipation because we have to get into the theme, no? So the Emancipation Week will start from the 24th of July till the 1st of August. The 24th is this Sunday coming right here. So the first ceremony is the inaugural ceremony. It will be by Claremont at New Life Tabernacle. That is by Pastor Alberto Church, 5 o'clock. That is the first activity. The activity will be very important because we will have several variety of cultural things in it, and we will also make the homage to some of our heroes and which heroes them. We will make homage to Father Jose, to Pastor Bali, to Mr. Emerson Williams, to Mr. Denny Haas, to Teacher Nicey, to Miss Henia Van Cove, to Miss Gloria McNish, and to Siona Ben. Them that are some very important people in Afiwe Island history.
The Emancipation Week will culminate on August 1st with the big march through the main street of the commercial sector of the island. During the week, there will be several other activities that will be announced through Teleislas News.
And in other news, the National Learning Service SENA has job offers for those who wish to be teachers at the entity.
Starting today, the regional branch of SENA in San Andres opens a call for people who want to be instructors of the entity. This was announced by Melania Francis, an official of the SENA.
We want to inform you that during the day of today, SENA opened 20 vacancies in the area of instructor. We have different requirement. We have different areas that we're looking for. So we want to invite all our professional, our technologists, technical, that consider that they have the capacity to give class, to give information, to farm people. We want to come and inscribe in the Agencia Pública de Empleo, or you can go to the page that we have in the web, www.agenciapublicadeempleo.sena.edu.co, and you can apply direct through the PS to this vacancy. We have all kind of vacancy. It's 20 instructors SENA looking for, so you are welcome. We can get to apply and get a good opportunity, a good opportunity to serve your community.
Those who meet the requirements and pass the selection criteria defined by the SENA will reach the level of pre-selected and will have the option to be part of the recruitment of instructors carried out by the SENA training centers in all regions of the country.
The National University of Colombia Caribbean branch announced to the community the results of the first call of the UNDAS program in San Andres.
During the next extraordinary session of the Departmental Committee of the UNDAS program of the Archipelago of San Andres, Old Providence, and Santa Catalina, 61 research projects of students and teachers of preschool, elementary, and secondary education institutions were approved. The detailed results are available on the webpage of the National University Caribbean Branch.
Queremos comunicarle a la comunidad, todo el archipiélago.
We want to communicate to all the community of the archipelago that the UNDAS program has finally released the results of the first CAR. We have 61 approved projects that will begin this week its activities to strengthen the question and recognition of the necessary elements for research.
They also informed the educational community that a second call is open to farm and select 19 UNDAS research group of children, adolescents, and youth people, 6 in San Andres and 13 in Old Providence, accompanied by their teacher belonging to the official and non-official educational institution of the Archipelago Department. The call closes on Thursday, July 28 of 2022.
Committed to supporting MyPymes in the region, the Business Development Bank of Colombia, together with financial partners, will be providing in-person assistance to entrepreneurs in Providence.
On July 22nd, Bank Coldex will be in Providence to attend along with other financial intermediaries and entrepreneurs interested in accessing financial through the bank rediscount portfolio. Entrepreneurs on the island will be able to attend the event to receive personalized advice from 9 in the morning to 1 p.m. at the Hotel El Pirata Morgan located in the sector of Sweetwater.
Dentro de la campaña Creer nos mueve a ritmo Caribe de Bancoldex, la cual
Within the campaign Creer nos mueve a ritmo Caribe, we seek to bring the bank's advisory offer to the Caribbean, and we will be on July 22nd in Providence to attend together with other businessmen, intermediaries who want financing through the discount portfolio that the bank has. The entrepreneurs of the island may attend this session to receive personalized advice, and the schedule will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Hotel El Pirata Morgan in the sector of Sweetwater.
This event is part of the Bancoldex Creer nos mueve a ritmo Caribe campaign, which seeks to bring the bank financing offering closer to the Colombian Caribbean in order to promote development and economic growth in the region. As part of this campaign, the bank, with the support of financial intermediaries, has provided several in-person advisory services to entrepreneurs in the Caribbean.
A new process as labeling sharks has been initiated by the environmental corporation Coralina with the purpose of monitoring the presence of these species in the waters of the archipelago.
The Coralina Environmental Corporation, in collaboration with the University of Florida, PEC Lab, NOAA Fisheries, and the government of San Andres, captured and marked with a satellite tag and released a female oceanic white-tipped shark in the Seaflower Biosphere Reserve, which measures 2.5 centimeters in length and was named Edipendis. This work will be provided data necessary to delimit protection zones and ensure the conservation of these key species for marine biodiversity. This is the third process of installation of a satellite tag that makes the environmental entity of the department. The first was on March 22nd with a female shark of 3.6 meters. The second was a 2.66 meter male oceanic white-tipped shark, which was found in a deep area far from the coast of the island in the Fisher Rock sector, kilometer 13 on the Ring Road.
Now it's time for Sport News with Victor Fosalva.
Hello, here are the best sports of the island. Baseball is an open door to improve the quality of life for many young islanders. One of the flagship sports of the Insular Department is baseball, a sport that can open doors for many young people in the Insular Department. Baseball definitely provides jobs and university opportunities, among others. However, it also needs a lot of support to improve the sport in the islands. Jordi Escalona is an athlete who has it clear, and as a pitcher, he aspires and wants to take advantage of the opportunities that baseball offers him. He wanted to share his experience and give his advice to the young baseball players of the archipelago.
for this be better is that everybody that is involved in it need to get more compromise with the situation, from the government, from the coaching staff and the player them. You know, this is like a way to make life, and we have to know how to use it. You can get scholarship, you can get signed by a professional baseball organization, you can get drafted by a university, and you can get good job also. And well, you know, the crown of all this is reached to the major league. You have to go with a mentality, say you want to compete, because over there, so they want to make you know who are your competence. So if they make 10 rounds around the field, they try, you try to make 12. If they make 1,000 abs, you try to make 1,200. You need to get discipline, and you need to get determination and self-commitment. Discipline is really fundamental, because during the whole Colombian, with the experience we have got, that is like one of the area of improvement that the scout them mentioned of San Andres Island. I have the opportunity to be blessed and to think different and to act different, you know. So we need to get discipline right here. You don't time and know everything, you know. And somebody in life can give you an advice that you can make good use of it. So always keep like your mind open to receive advice from anybody. Your partner them, your roomie them, your coach, anybody at all, and keep it humble.
For Jordi, baseball should be used much more by young islanders. Today, the licensee was delivered to island soccer coaches. Let us watch. The award ceremony was held at the National Police Event Hall, where officials of the Departmental Soccer League and coaches of some of the archipelago's clubs were present. 15 coaches went from the empirism to being legally trained according to the standards of the football, FIFA, and the Colombian Football Federation. Marcos Bent, the secretary of the Departmental Soccer League, told us further details.
Well, today we give off to the three coach, the licensee that will be coach for the League Boy them from 6 to 12 years. And they receive from the Federación Colombiana de Fútbol, the football, and the Department League. With this, they want to take one next step to go in the farm to be a football player, a small football player in the island. It's very, very important, because I tell you, these are people who got 15, 20 years they teach the little boy them from them experience. But now today they receive information, education, and formal education from people who farm themselves in the rules and the way that the FIFA want to farm our small player.
The Departmental League will continue to work for the benefit of coaches and trainers of soccer in the archipelago, as stated by Ben. What a good thing for our coaches. This will be all in sports for tonight. We will see you on another broadcast. We continue with Lisa.